even though it's just fan fiction, it's actually really good. I got into it and I've read all the pages so far, and it's actually pretty good manga, being a fan fiction.
Okay, I think I've read the first bit of that, but I just sort of stopped once I got up to where it was and sort of never really went back to it. So, yeah, but I do recall from what I read of it that it was a very good read actually, and quite well drawn as well.
Yeah.
Toriyama seems to give a lot of his secondary or third characters beer guts. I noticed that a lot in Chrono Trigger, whereas Robo has a beer gut, and the singing robot in the town square has a beer gut, and
Well,
Hang on, sorry, yeah, sorry. So Chrono Trigger was done by
Akira
Toriyama.
Toriyama. The story was written by Akira Toriyama. Yeah.
Wow, that blows my mind. I did not know that, but I'm a big fan of the game, so that's that's very cool.
Chrono Cross had about as much. Chrono Cross had about as much impact with Akira Toriyama as GT did with Akira Toriyama, though. It was more of just like a continuation of the series, but just ask Akira what he thinks and just run with it, I guess, for extra money.
Yeah, I've actually played Cross, just the original mode, but that's definitely a game I did enjoy. It was very, very good. So quite an indie game, I suppose, would be viewed as now.
I don't. If we're on the subject of gaming, I don't really tend to play many other games than Street Fighter. So most people already know that. That and Minecraft. That's about it for games.
What's your favorite Street Fighter game?
That's a tough one. I definitely enjoy Street Fighter 4 because of how nice it looks. It's a big, refreshing, everything's 3D, but they stuck with the 2D fighting plane. And the way you can link together combos, it really looks nice. But in a close second, it is the Street Fighter 2, because that's always been in my heart. I can never deny that that's a bad game, but yeah, I love Street Fighter. It's my absolute favorite.
It used to be an arcade
I've never actually played Street Fighter. Yeah, that's the only time I've played Street Fighter as an arcade game at one of the old arcades around town. Yeah, so beyond that, I haven't really had anything to do with it myself.
The Street Fighter game at my arcade way back when, I guess like 2002. It was always next to the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 game, and so I was torn between Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Street Fighter, and Marvel vs. Capcom 2 took the cake for me, and I was always playing that instead. But whenever there was people on that game, I'd always jump over to the Alpha Street Fighter game that was next to it.
Yeah, those are both great fighting games. The only thing I give Marvel vs. Capcom over Street Fighter is the character selection, but in the Street Fighter 4, they have a much wider variety of characters, and then they just came out with the arcade edition, which added Evil Ryu and Oni Akuma and Yun and Yang, which is Yin and Yang, and looks great.
Did they which games were you able to go Evil Ryu?
I'm pretty sure the third one was the only one that you could, because other than that, I'd always see him in those Mugen fighting games, but in the actual Street Fighter game, I'm pretty sure it was only third.
Isn't the third one also where you could bring Ryu up to like a Ken level and then an Akuma level?
Yeah, basically the Akuma level is his evil form because of the Hado and all that, using it for the wrong thing. It's a long story, but yeah, basically that's what it is.
It's funny you mentioned that animation. I actually used to own Marvel vs. Capcom 2 for the original Xbox, and Xbox 360 it never updated its software to actually run that game on Xbox 360 because it had plans to put it in the arcade, and I went and I sold it to one of the game stores, and I got like $50 off of it.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Because people are really looking for it because it's going for a high price online. Which makes me think I probably shouldn't have sold it.
Believe it or not, I still have one of the old Super Nintendos that I play Mike Tyson's Punch-Out on.
I love that game, man.
That and Contra. Contra is a big favorite.
Well, on other gaming news as such, we've got a question from Poohead189 asking out of who here is getting Skyrim.
I've never heard of it, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
It's basically the next Elder Scrolls game coming after Oblivion and such, and it just looks amazing. For me, that's one game that I'm really looking forward to, and hoping that I can get myself. Basically, all those Elder Scrolls games, they are mostly open-world, class-based sort of games as such. So you can choose your race, choose your class, and then sort of go and level up your different areas and stuff like that. While trying to follow a main quest, there's also side quests and stuff like that. So that sort of game.
Now that it's the Elder... Yeah, I played Oblivion, and that's the only Elder Scrolls game I've played, but now that it's... Alright, I know what it is now. I just didn't remember the name, I guess.
I probably won't get it.
Yeah.
I usually don't buy very many new games. I wait till they go on sale and buy them. Like, for instance, when Portal 2 came out, I actually waited until it went for sale on $20 off.
Yeah, that's probably a smarter thing to do than buy it as soon as it comes out for like $60, $70.
You waited for Portal 2? That's a sin.
That's one of my favorite game series.
Your game card has just been taken away, engineer. I'm sorry.
Well, I suppose it makes sense. Just in terms of games are expensive, so at least for myself, I'm a uni student as well. I don't just have hundreds of dollars that I can go and spend off, but I'll definitely consider getting games if they look good, but of course then there's the problem I use a Mac, so that limits me a bit.
Rogue said she spent all of the donations on Portal 2, and thanks for your donations.
I'm glad I donated now.
That is what you call wise right there. It is well worth our donation money. I would do the same thing.
Yeah. To be honest, I've never played Portal or Portal 2. I've always wanted to, but I never have.
What am I going to do with you guys?
Well, you sound rather disappointed, Cal, but I suppose for a lot of people it's just something you get around to. I know for myself, I'm actually only just finishing downloading it now because for me, the bandwidth to download it just takes a fair bit of the monthly usage sort of thing. So, but that's when I can finish up in a couple of days, and then I'll finally get started on it as well. So that's three people who took their time, and just you, Cal, who kind of started on it.
Whoa. Seems like it's somebody's birthday today. Is it? Oh wait, not tomorrow. My fault. Tomorrow it's somebody's birthday.
Yeah.
Seraphim's tomorrow.
What is it? 7 hours away?
Yeah.
8 hours?
Well, in my time it's 6.
Yeah, same here.
Okay, so 6 hours away. My mistake. But yes, no. So I suppose as we'll do a shout out now then for Seruphim for a happy birthday. By the time this goes up, it should be your birthday. So happy birthday, Jen.
Yes, happy birthday. Hope it's a great one. She'll probably get a bunch of cell strippers to come to her house and help her out with that. As Andy Nation said. Well,
Well, I think with that, then we've pretty much wrapped up this trial podcast. Then, unless anyone else has anything else to add.
I think we've covered about everything.
Yeah, nothing coming to mind right away.
I'm good too. I've got.
Well, then I
pizza
guess.
coming in 15 minutes. So.
Well, we'll make sure we get you off here by then. So basically, thanks guys for doing this. And thanks everyone for listening to this and watching this. If people are interested in being guests on future podcasts, just PM Rogue on the forums, and she'll put you on the list for that. Also, if you've got any feedback or suggestions for this, feel free to post in the thread about this, and we'll make sure to take it online for next time. Yeah, thanks for watching.
See you guys.
Bye. Thank you.
See you whenever.
この青い星は今愛に